talk about. What are we going to talk about?
Surviving.
Surviving.
And deaths.
Surviving and deaths. Wait. So, good evening, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? Say it's another beautiful day. Kuwakaribisha tu hapa. Niko hapa na Msupa. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Kidogo naanza kurusha mistari.
Handsome.
You know.
Handsome.
Bana niko nataka kuangusha point mzuri alafu unaanza msee.
Nimekudistract.
Nilikuwa nataka nisikia tu mistari zangu ni straight kwa sababu.
Niambie. Talk to me.
Sikia tu. Because I'm the king. I'm a ruler. I'm the king.
You're the prize.
Wewe karibuni. Akaja vizuri. Yeah. Welcome back. Acha niko serious. Karibu tena guys. Now today we're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about?
Surviving. And deaths.
Surviving and death. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Angela and I lead the session. But so surviving and death. What do you understand when it comes to the word surviving?
Surviving. Yeah. Being able to continue with life and with the normal way of life, even despite the challenges that you may have.
Yeah, so that's what you're calling surviving.
Yeah.
Surviving si kuinama shule unakula lakini survive, unakula lakini ukiinama lakini bado survive. You see survival?
Not really. I wouldn't say so. Pia hiyo ni survival by the way.
Ama hiyo survival.
Hiyo ni survival.
Ama you can say it this way. Survival imeenda shule, survive yangu ijaenda shule. Because for you surviving is just getting by life and getting everything okay, and for me survival is unainama shule kidogo alafu kesho unakula
pia hiyo ni survival.
Unless unasikia kuna sherehe mahali unaitiwa mahali ndio unapiga sherehe unakula.
Because okay, at that point you're not really stressed out with life, so you're surviving. Yeah. Okay, wow.
That's
and really what's your definition for survival for you?
Okay, for real surviving. Man, surviving, I think surviving has a really broad explanation. I think now we can narrow it down to today, what we're talking about today. So today we're talking about survival in this sense that why the money, the finances of the money that you have, you're managing it well so that it can get you through a given period of time. Sindio? So when it comes to surviving, I think I can define it as being able to manage your finances in a nice way. Is it really in a nice way or in an educated way?
Way.
But now the problem is we ain't educated. Wow, fun.
You ain't? Anyway, my question, do you think money is ever enough?
Wow. Money. I think money is always enough.
Money is always enough for you?
Always enough.
Money
is always enough.
That's your take.
Why do you think money is not enough? Because you apparently and clearly you're saying that money is not enough.
Money is never enough. Why? Every day you're spending money. Yeah. So, if you're spending money,
negative. Pesa inatoka wapi?
Subtract.
Kwani inatoka wapi?
Inatoka kwa mfuko.
Mfuko wenyewe kwani imesha pesa?
Unajua labda inaweza kuwa na shimo. Acha nayo.
Kwani nalitoboa mfuko wa shimo kwa hiyo mfuko? Si wewe unatoboa shimo kwa mfuko ukianza kuchimba
kwa pesa.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I always see it this way.
Yeah.
I think money, the finances that you have, they're always enough. They're enough in this sense. You just have to know how to manage them.
Yeah. True.
Working with what you have. Like, because if we start now talking about that money can't be, like I think everyone will say money is never enough. But money is always enough. But it depends with how you are using it, how you are spending your money, how you have budgeted it. Pole, like up to the last coin. I wish I was using my money that way. Wow. Hey, naongea vizuri.
Unasema vitu fanyangi. Unajua you're giving me like zile thoughts that, okay, do I do that?
No. But I think now, I think one thing I always struggle with when it comes to finances and everything is when I have something, when I've set my mind on something that I want to get. Now that's the problem. The moment I get any money, any amount, I think I'm going for this thing. I'm always blinded by my goals.
By your goals.
I'm goal oriented, man. I'm telling you.
Goal-oriented.
Woo, boy,
Leo
you
umekuja
guys,
na-
you better be
Leo
prepared.
umekuja na moto.
Yeah, so ngoja kwanza, before you go on, let me ask you. Now, give me a good reason why you think money is not enough. Here, kwanza ilikuwa jokes.
Okay, according to venye umeni-explain, yeah, I now support you. But, okay, the reason, first of all, okay, if I look it from the perspective of rich people are always trying to get money, even those who are like down there, they still want to get like money. Even the middle class, no one is ever satisfied. You still want to get money. Everyone still wants to get the money.
That's why they always say money is the root of all evil.
True.
Oh, that's wrong.
Why?
I don't agree with that.
Why?
Money can't be the root of all evil.
Kwa nini?
Okay, well, that's what the Bible says. Money is the root
Is
of all
the
evil.
root of all evil.
But I think the concept behind it, I don't think, okay. I don't know. Sometimes I can look it from that point, but I always feel like money is not the root of all evil in this sense that whatever your character towards money.
Is the root. No?
Yeah. Money, do you know, like money can be used for all these good things that we have had. At the same time, money can be used to finance these bad things. Hebu niamke tu leo niamwe nienda pale.
By the way.
Tafuta tu misupa nimwambie kuja.
Nah.
Nataka nikusponsor nikuspoil. Kama tu nikuja naweza kuspoil size Angela.
Moving on swiftly.
Naweza amua nikuspoil size.
Ujaiamua. Sijui ningoje tu hiyo siku
Move on. Let us move on. Let us move on.
Another question. Have you ever borrowed money from like the apps? There are several apps for borrowing money.
Oh, the
Kuna
financial
Fuliza,
apps.
kuna Hustler Fund. Have you ever?
No, honestly, I think that's one of the best things that I always say I've never done.
Whoa!
And at the same time, I always pray to God that it's figure. But it's good to work with loans, not debts. It's good to work with loans, but not debts. But hey, I don't think I've been pushed to that point where, or it has been necessary for me to go into those cash apps and borrow money.
Funny enough for me, the only thing that I was also like you. Wait till Hustler Fund came.
Mimi
acha nikwambia, okay, it was not to borrow it, by the way. Sikuwa nichukue. Now what happened?
Ukasikia formation imetokea.
Nilisikia tu, okay, it's free money. Everyone is getting it. And
no, it's not free money.
Okay,
no, Angela, it's not free money.
Okay, it's not free money.
Yeah.
It's a debt. But sasa, haini ile pressure. Plus, they're not cutting, like, when someone sends you money, see carefully.
So let me ask you, have you paid the debt? Ruto. His Excellency, Mr. President, there's one culprit here. Huyu unafaa ukimbize.
Okay, ni kusahau na saa wingi. Unajua sasa hiyo si kama
but you don't forget to buy
Fuliza.
yourself good things. You don't forget to buy yourself food, but you can forget to pay your debts.
Ya gava.
Imagine it's for the government. But I remember when I was still in high school, I used to be a Shylock, and I used to like people like you. Imagine nakupea do and then you don't return my money.
You don't increase.
The first thing, it will keep on increasing, and then the second thing, I'll be coming for you. Tukikuja hivi before it increase, yani nakuja ku notify that the amount has increased. But at the same time, I'm getting something from you. That's how, I think that's how debt works. By the way, in as much as the deal is so good and you guys don't see, I think at the end of everything, they're always going to milk you dry. But okay, because now that I've talked about his story yangu high school, let me now tell you an experience that I had. And I think just looking way back, I think I can't say I was doing good, but at the same time, I think now these are lessons that I learned. It's good to work within your means, because this guy, so like I've said, I used to be a Shylock. Like nilikuwa nakopesha wase pesa, and then so unanirudisha. And I was so strategic. I used to come with my money from home. Like my dad amanipea pesa, I don't even use it, even a single cent. Nachukua transport nakuja na shule, and then ikifika shule natulia. I never even used to buy shopping. So hiyo yote nimeiweka tu. And then I used to wait until yote inakaribia, like to the last week to half time of the last week to closing. 2 weeks prior, people always broke.
So you're
and I'm there with my good man. I'm say, come. Other people at that time, people always need money because they're waiting for this money from their parents. They're going to send them the transport.
They know they'll still get money.
So
even if
and then they never pay. One thing I'll tell you, but if it's always a habit, when someone is expecting money and they're going to take a loan, most people they never even pay that debt immediately. It will take them some time. I think that.
So you knew that. That's how you brought the Shylock.
No, hiyo Buddha akili so much. Look, the moment you start to get somebody who ajama utajua. That's one thing I think I've come to understand with even dates like where I am right now. When it comes to dates, man, I think it's not a good thing. Okay, you can borrow money and everything, but now be precise and work with what you can manage. Because sometimes you always borrow this money, and then the moment you are paid, you don't feel comfortable with returning it. So this is what happened. So this guy was called Larry. Larry, I'm sorry for what happened. But this was actually Larry was my nurse friend. This, and then to make it let me tell you how it was. Like Larry used to sit behind me. So it was just these 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks prior to the half term, and then just one, because that time I think I was already getting my money ready because people were starting out to ask for money and everything. So Larry just comes in one morning, Adams, how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm okay. And then he calls me kando kidogo, anambia naje bro, so come we talk kidogo. I need some finances, bana. I'll refund you. And then to make it nice or sweet or bitter, I don't know. It was a good on my end. I think it was better. And then on his end, maybe it was a disadvantage. I need because the canteen, the guy was operating the canteen in our school. We used to have 2 canteens. The first canteen required staff, and the other one required for. I don't know. People were investing, so students. I don't know. Yeah, but the guy was managing that canteen. Alikuwa nini relative home say. So I knew Larry alikuwa mafutani. Every time Larry alikuwa nasota mandazi, these guys always nenda pale nakula mandazi. I was like, Larry, you need some money. But I always see you going to the canteen like unapewa mandazi. What do you need the money for? And he's like, nataka tu kutumia. You know when Shylock or giving out money or giving out loans, it's always this way. I don't think you always care of what people are going to use that money for. But you know, I asked, Larry, what are you going to do with the money and everything? Like he never told me. He was not clear about it. Nikasema, you know what? It's fine. Larry atarudisha do. Larry ako do.
So ulikuwa sure angerudisha.
Yeah, I gave him 1,000 shillings.
Wait still.
Yeah? No, and then you know how I used to do it. If I give you maybe 500 shillings, kurudisha unarudisha 500 on top, hiyo ni 1,000. Nikupa 500 rudisha kani 1,000.
Did you like have a time limit?
Mimi? Yeah, time limit. So no, but this is how I used to work. Nakupea pesa and then unaniambia utarudisha lini? Na kuacha uniambia utarudisha lini? Unaniambia utarudisha, naomba sawa. Nikupa 50 shillings, unasema nitarudisha so lini? Sawa.
Oh, so ni mtu anajisemea time.
Yeah, I don't set the time limit. I just tell someone utarudisha lini, but it must be reasonable. Because I'm giving you count to end half time. Sasa unaniambia time tarutumia do ya kuja time ya transport. Kulipa ama after nini tokaje after half time. So I told him, utaka ngapi? 1,000 utarudisha lini? This guy, he was so confident. You don't arudisha nini before tuende ya FT. Wakitumia hivi transport na kukanja. So because nipe 1,000, he needs to pay back how much?
2,000.
2,000. I was so happy. That was good business. Trust me. Nilikuwa kaza bana sababu.
Nilikuwa nangoja tu akutu.
Larry akona 2K zangu. And then so I went ahead hata nikapepeana. The other people who waliomba. I think he was the one who borrowed the most. Nasemaje? But Larry atalipa. Sasa Larry tumekuwa beshte hizi time yote akose kulipa. So the days go by. Ikafika hiyo wiki ya mwisho I think he was sent money. And then this guy was so foolish. Okay, Kai. Larry pole.
Wewe.
So Larry this guy ametumia do. He said hata nilipa 500 kunisooth. Anambia I'll pay you the rest hiyo time nyingine. This guy anaenda canteen anakula. And then I'm just watching. You know, it was so funny. Anakaa nyuma yangu. Tea break ikifika anatumana mandazi because sisi ilikuwa na order per class. So unanunua kwa class anawaletea. So anaoda tu mimi ni manyamaza. Hata mimi nakunywa hapo chai yangu bila mandazi. Hata chai inaonja vibaya. Kijana na bowl. So I was like, it's fine. Larry atanilipa. Ikafika closing, Larry hajanilipa. Larry. I was like, wewe beshte yangu. Ile ubeshte. I accepted ubeshte ingile katikati. But I think that was the only good thing. If kama singacha Larry, kama ubeshte ingile katikati, Larry angelipa hata kama hata 10,000.
Guy.
So this is what happened. Larry akanambia, nitakulipa. Nikasema, opening utanilipa? Sawa. And ukirudi after. Nikasema sawa. So when the moment tukatoka half time, nakuja Larry, nipe mambo yangu.
Kasema
sina nini, nikamwambia Larry utanipea do. Nikamwambia I'm giving out to today evening. Ikifika leo jioni nipe do. Larry never paid. Nikamwambia Larry, now starting from today onwards
token increase
to and si pesa mingi.
10 bob
surely pesa mingi. 10 bob surely Larry 10 bob unaweza shindo
10 bob per day
10 yeah per day 10 do you know that guy and then alikaa mpaka I think at last he paid me almost 5,000
so the total like from 1,000 to 5,000
and I think it was more than 5,000 because later at some point alikuja na flash shule kama Larry juu umekaa deni yangu sana let me pick this flash
kachukua
akakuja na memory card ya 8GB ngombe Larry because bado hajalipa deni unajua unahesabu tuliko ongeza
na sasa ukichukua you're not counting that as money
I'm not counting it as my because namwambia aje wewe umenizungusha because every time I used to come namwambia utanipea
anasema nitakupea
hapana ananiambia aje ananizungusha and then I knew you won't pay
so you knew
so I knew you won't pay
so you are taking advantage
ilikuwa hizo masiku Larry sorry honestly I'm sincerely sorry because for what I did to
and for you have you ever borrowed like from a friend
I think honestly speaking I started borrowing money like ile okay when I at high school I used to borrow money but siko naomba ile ndio kurudisha na naambiaje mtu nisaidie if you can out utanipea if you don't have it's okay but now I think when I finish high school nikakuja campus that's when I started asking watu pesa inakwambia nitakurudisha but high school I used to be there I mean like
so high school huko narudisha ukiomba
mimi siko naomba kwa urahisi me won't lie to you
you are not
siko naomba kwa urahisi so it's ninakwambia nilikuwa naomba mtu nisaidie if you have that like and then I never used to borrow kuomba pesa mingi sana
kama ngapi 50
honestly I think nimeomba sana ikapita ilikuwa 50 shillings
so naomba ile yenye hata mtu hawezi kudai
hata kinidai akango naweza akirudai yule kimeniambia wewe msema hata ujinga and then
pesa kidogo
money because I always say I think one lesson I learned from that experience is with Larry I think it was like if Larry was just because this guy I think he aimed and I think Ali aim way above his living in his means because imagine if the parents were giving him to say matter 1,500 do you know he can't give me 1,000 because maisha baki na 500 and he can't survive with, and let me tell you psychology inasema like you can't give me 1,000 ubaki na 500 and then ikifika ni kidogo sana mtu utasema aje ama acha nimpe tu nini hii 500 and then unasema lakini 500 siwezi so ile pesa unazituma sana umpe ikienda sana it's 100 shillings and imagine this guy aliniomba 1,000 and I expected 2,000 do you know it took a whole year
wow
for Larry to
but ulipata 5,000 anyway
that's a business mind but I always say live within your means because whatever I did to that guy man it was really bad and I think sorry Larry I always ask for forgiveness man for what I did to that guy honestly but and then ilifika mali I think because wakanijua so it's something nilianza kuzoea kufanya shule but I used to have people who used to borrow that money and they return it and then, so unapata mtu anaomba aombi pesa kubwa someone ni kama mimi naweza if my parent give me 1,000 shillings naenda naomba the most naweza omba ni 200 shillings because 200 I'll struggle because imagine if my parents give me 1,000 utatu 200 kwa 1,000
nasikia tuchungu
so yeah I think
okay would you say there's also a time like if you borrow money from friends or you've said you've never borrowed money from friends no so like ile money mingi that's what you said umesema ushaiomba but si mingi
campus hapana
sasa ndio nakuuliza like have you ever borrowed money that you've used for like business or so
what
so it's like a loan but now from friends
so ningekuwa nimeshakuwa tajiri saa hizi ningekuwa nikiomba pesa nikiinvest
so jai
no honestly I've borrowed money but I think I've borrowed money just to use it for my personal use
for your personal use
not to really
same,
invest
same,
my pesa wewe
I've also borrowed money from friends
let me ask you has someone ever borrowed you money or have you ever borrowed someone money and then like you delayed to pay it
or borrowed money delayed to pay delayed to pay
huyo wanakuona
wananiona najua wananiona
danganya tu wakukujia
sijai borrow money nikadelay kupay
honestly wow that's nice
cause okay if I delay to pay ni because first of all ni ile unajua sasa kuna wale mabeshte wako wenye hata akikuomba pesa you have it in your mind but hakuambiangi ati nilipe
so you'll just pay it
for girls you are like that by the way for girls if I borrow you money see your girls why si wasichana wote. So if I borrow you money,
kwani wengine wanafanya aje?
Sijui kuhusu wengine.
Maybe hata wende hao wengine.
Mimi sinasema story yangu, sinasema venye mimi niko.
Unaiko peshana pesa, mtu akakoma na pesa yako. You have good friends.
Sijai.
Wow. When I grew up, I want to be like you, have good friends like you. Because I think for me, coming to campus, it was a different world. And up to today, unfortunately, I'll say this. Umsa alikuwa best yangu. I won't sitamtaja. But alienda na pesa yangu mpaka leo. I think that's the one thing. I think
sasa ulifeel kwa roho kabisa.
Yeah, and I think I struggle forgiving. It's one thing.
You struggle with forgiving.
Up to today, I really struggle with that. Like, I really wished but I think it's something I'm working on. Because umsa alienda, we had, imagine ilikuwa, umsa atajijua. Hata unaomba hata Mungu akusaidie unilipa. Sasa nimeumia ukinilipa pesa. Ukinilipa pesa yako hata I can't. Nafurahi. So this is what happened. We were still in first year and we had this cultural week. So what we did is we catch into corner, man. People need flowers because from Tuesday people are giving their secret friends like crush and everything. So we were getting them flowers and everything. And then we saw this niche. And then this guy, alikuwa na beshtake. So they were like, I know my dad has a farm in, I don't know, I've forgotten the name, but outside Nairobi. But he plants he anapanda hizo maua, and then I can go and get them at an affordable price. So what we can do, let us invest. I think it was 250 or 500, 300 shillings per person. And then the profit that was supposed to get from this thing, everyone was supposed to come out with 1,000 shillings each from selling these flowers, because the fact that the farm was so the flowers are so affordable. So tukaleta, later from Tuesday to Friday. And so this time naambia mse sasa dozo zetu ziko hapa karibu nimtaje kai. So I'm like, where is our money? Do you know, out of all, we were 4 individuals.
Why?
Out of all these 4 people, alilipa wasa wengine.
Wewe tu ndio kulipa.
Later I came and find out umse kumbe alipa umse wa tatu. I never nilikuwa nadhani tuko na umse kumbe later, because the umse wa pili alikuwa best yake. Kama found out he paid him. Do you know, I was so bitter.
Kwa nini sasa?
Nikasema mbona why do you even get in such deals? But I think that's another thing. Why do you get in such deals when you know you can't manage such finances? Like if you can't handle. But I always say, and I think another thing comes tunakuja na hiyo ni managing of finances. Una put in a leadership position and you know you're not good in managing finances, man. I think that's the same thing.
Achana nayo.
Yeah, people want to be put in this leadership position where they are going to handle a lot of money. And they don't know how to handle money. And they have this greed. Okay, most people, they have this greed for money and everything. But sasa unapata yako is so uncontrollable. Even when unaanza kuiba, you find in an organization na unaanza kuiba, unaiba. Ilianzia wapi? Vitu jamaa alinitoka tu pesa yangu. Sasa bana alinitoka 1,000 yangu moja.
Nivo.
Nirudishe pesa yangu.
Inakaa mbaya bana. Unajua.
Yeah.
Ni sawa. So
hatuseme jina.
Ni sawa, usiseme jina.
You can't say the name.
Nataka kwa roho.
Yeah. And I think, okay, but I think I'm just being the victim all the time. I think I've had these people, madeni za watu. So
wewe unalipanga madeni?
Mimi?
Yeah.
I always pay madeni, but sometimes.
What is the importance of paying those debts?
Honestly, I think when you pay someone's debt at the time that you said you'd pay, I think it's just like someone can trust you more. Lakini usikone ujana unafanya watala. Unajua students my comrades na waona.
Tala.
Watu wanafanya aje? Mtu anakopa pesa, analipa next week.
Tala.
Tala inakopesha watu pesa, si ndio? Yani. Bro, umse ajui tala ni ni kama ni hiyo kukopa.
Ni app.
Yeah, it's an app. Hiyo nyingine itongaje?
Fuliza.
No, Fuliza si app nyingine kukopa pesa.
Sijui.
Na unasema umekopa pesa. Hata wewe hujakopa pesa. Wewe mtu
nimekwambia nimekopa tu Hustler Fund.
Hustler Fund. Sikia. So let me tell you how because I was living in some guy while still in first year. Umsa kwa anafanya aje? I think it was just Trala. Umsa alienda akakopa. Like unaona ile reverse psychology. Like anakopa leo Friday. But next week Friday amelipa yote, amesettle debt. And then anakaa after wiki moja or 2 weeks and then anakopa. So because limit inaongezeka. So umse ule mzee hatari sana. This guy is almost killing you. So ile anakudanganya tu. So ilifika time this guy ilifika mpaka 10,000. Tala ilimwona hivi mara mwisho. They used to call this guy. Akiona namba mpya hapik. Hivyo. And I think it's something most people are doing.
But see, you'll still pay the money. At one point or another, you'll still, like if they take you to CRB, yeah. See, bado tutalipa the money, or?
Honestly, I think, I don't know. But people are doing it. But I think people are doing from a point where they are not educated, they're ignorant. Because when you are told now later you'll have to pay this, and then they look at you and then wakono kwa hapo.
Na kwanza ukiangalia like interest itakuwa imegrow.
Hey, I'm telling you, I used to see that game back on a Friday too.
But Pia, I'd say there are some disadvantages that come with like this borrowing apps and stuff. Because, for example, like nowadays people use like your information to like go get money from the apps or even from like. See, kuna watu wenye walishikwa wameiba pesa from Fuliza. And also I have a close friend. No, close family member of mine. In fact, it was my shosh. No.
Amaza na hustler fan. Yaani huyu jamaa.
Acha nikwambie, it was my shosh. So, they were just seated in the house. Now some young people came to the house and they were like, oh, wamekuja na walikuwa wamesema wamekuja na nini? I don't know what walisema wamekuja na nini. So, wakaanza kusema wanataka kuwauzia line za Airtel.
Wow.
Sasa sijui venye waliwa convince, wakachukua details zao, they went to M-Shwari, borrowed money, like I think, okay, it was a lot of money, I think 10,000 or something. The money that was from the in the M-Pesa, waka withdraw, Fuliza, zote, like they used every means as a Safaricom to borrow money. And it was details and nini. Yeah. And later on, ikabidi tu wamelipa hiyo pesa. Because you see,
you need to be smart.
Sasa, they're quite old. They're quite old.
That's the reason why. I think that's the reason why in Nairobi most people are stealing. Because you find out on Nairobi, like if you unasikia I think the most examples of fraud zina come out of because hii style people are unakuibia like they are getting you to enter your own detail and everything and they are stealing from you. Why? Because people can't live within their means. Although I had a story, it was a funny one. I think it was narrated. Like, okay, I can't say it. Like maybe acha niseme like acha niendelee nikienda, but these guys this day are smart. Why like one of the nanga in Nairobi ni mjanja. Hata mimi ndani Nairobi ni mjanja, lakini najua mimi si mjanja. Mimi si mjanja. Nakwambia ile disaoro na chapa huko nje my friend always sit on the naje. Ati trick nimeiona, like they come up with another new trick. Unapewa kiboko.
Yeah. And
sema tu.
Cha kwanza na hiyo. So, what would you say like are the negative impacts for like borrowing, bad debts?
Oh, okay. For me, I'll start by saying this. It's not bad to borrow money. That's what I always say. It's good. Like, man, what makes the world go around? Money. And behind that money, there's always debt. Huge debts. But these huge debts are the same people are servicing these loans and everything. So, it's not bad to have debts. But, man, when you are borrowing, borrow within your means. Because, you unaomba nani pesa? So mimi kuja like you might find like the way Larry did. Larry never knew me, and then so in the end he came to realize the other part of me hajaiona hata. It was so bad. And then
hata when in poor, there are some people who even get killed because
of money to any pesa kidogo, and then people think it's so funny and everything, and then it kills trust.
Yeah,
like you might lose a good friend. Like someone coming when I was still in first year, I really trusted
this guy. If you like don't pay the money,
if you don't like
your friendship.
Yes, if you want to best yaribike, just lend someone your money. And then and I always say when your friends, I think be reasonable with the amount of money that we're giving out. Asa mimi tumejora tu hata mwaka mmoja nataka nikupe, alafu ati Angela nakuja nakwambia Angela nisaidie 10,000. Na unanipea.
Kuna mtu alikuwa ananiambia like I can't know you today and like next week you're telling me give me assist me with some money. Hapana, you're here for something, maybe hapana haifai kuwa hivyo.
People have the audacity, trust me. I've met people whom I've known for only even 2 weeks.
Na kuuliza pesa.
And unajua wanajiambia aje? Because I'll tell you one thing, if these people can come and ask you for money this way, it means it has worked on some people. Like inamaanisha kama wewe pata mtu na kaosha vizuri, na uko hapo hivyo. So I think he's just trying his luck. Ukikubali uingie sawa, because akipesa yenyewe ukisema pesa is the root of all evil, na nimeanza kuona hiyo example hiyo, because the first thing utakosana wase, and then people start knowing you. Unasema msa wanaomba do,
msa kwa arudishangi pesa, like utakujulikana vibaya. It's not even you, but maybe you have like problems zenye zinakuzuia you paying the debt, but people don't understand that, by the way.
I always tell people this way: when you're borrowing money, don't, if you know you can't pay, or you're not in that position to pay it, ambaje mse nisaidie pesa, this is the amount of money I want, I need, or how much do you have, that resilience idea. And then the biggest problem we make, as I think most of us what na make ni, and then in the end unasema aje nitakulipa. You know, at some points, at some time, and in fact sometimes unaambiaje mtu nisaidie, like the moment you ask someone for money, they have it and they don't have that problem of giving you, but the moment now you like you peg on this promise, you're going to pay back. You need because it came from kukuja tutanilipa, hapana, like unaenda kwa
mtu ulisema nitakulipa.
Yeah, so you need, when it comes to borrowing money, it's not a bad thing to borrow money. Ni vizuri.
Parting shots. Your parting shot?
My parting shot, I'll say this. Money is good. Tuombe pesa jameni. Na watu wenye tumeomba pesa turudishe. Hata mimi nimeomba pesa yenyewe na sijarudisha. Hata
uende urudishe leo.
Lakini jamaa hata huyo jamaa alichukua yangu akinirudishia nipana jameni. But if the world keeps on moving this way, atalipana badeni. But yeah, and then the one thing, these are okay, just to finish off at the op. So if you honestly don't be borrowing debt to pay off debts. Ukifika hapo jua na maisha yako imeisha. So what's your parting shot sasa?
My parting shot, first of all, ningetaka kuwakumbusha that the rich rules over the poor. And the borrower is always a slave of the lender.
Oh, you know even the rich rule over the poor, over the poor.
The poor, yeah. And the borrower is always a slave of the lender. Yeah, that's my parting shot. And when you like borrow money, remember to like just make it like a responsibility for you to pay it back. First of all, because even the Bible talks about paying up debts. Hey, it's a responsibility that everyone needs to accomplish.
Usikuwa kama that guy mwenye alienda akasamewa. He was forgiven his debt and then he went and met the person who had his own, alikuwa na debt yake.
Na debt yake then akas.
Because usisamehewe deni alafu kama mimi nataka nitumie lari, lakini lari pole, acha tuachie tu hapa lari lari pole. You know what guys, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, that's it for today. Bye.